Hi, Sean Harley here, and today I'm at the Powertec headquarters, and I want to talk to you about what I call the 4 pillars of perfection. If you're lifting to develop a sharp physique and make your muscles really take shape, these 4 principles will get you there faster. This is the real meat and potatoes of my lifting style, and is an accumulation of my 25 years of experience grinding it out in the weight room, and what some of the best science has shown to be the most effective. Now, each one of these pillars deserves its own video to really dive deeper into the details. But in this video, we're going to take a quick look into each one. Firstly, at the foundation of these pillars lies the old adage, train the muscle, not the weight. That means that you should put your focus on working your muscle through perfect form rather than how much weight you're moving. Your muscle doesn't know what number is inscribed on the side of that weight. It only knows how hard it has to work and for how long. Of course, if powerlifting is your goal, that adage would be reversed. You'd want to train to move the maximum amount of weight. The focus of this style of training is for physique development. So let's take a look. Number 1, the first pillar of perfection is focused attention. Focused attention means putting all of your mental focus on your target muscle during each rep. It means not letting your mind wander and instead being present and zoned in on what you're doing and which muscle you're trying to work on each exercise. This is also referred to as the sacred mind-muscle connection. The more you focus on this connection, the stronger it gets. A 2012 study measured this effect by looking at the muscle fiber activation in the 3 major muscle groups used in the bench press: the chest, shoulders, and triceps. What they found was that when they instructed the lifter to focus on the chest, activation of the chest muscles increased 22%, while the shoulders and triceps remain unchanged. And when they told the lifter to focus on the triceps, the chest went back to baseline and the tricep activity increased by 26%. Now that's nothing to scoff at. Number 2, the next pillar is isolation. Isolation means that you want to isolate the target muscle. That is to make the target muscle do as much of the work as possible while reducing assistance from the secondary movers as much as possible. This is done by using that focused attention that we just talked about, and also by positioning your body in such a way that you can work the target muscle through a natural path without momentum or wasted movement. Proper isolation puts max tension on the target muscle throughout the range of motion and at its contraction. For example, when doing a bicep curl, understand that the function of the bicep is to bring the forearm closer to the upper arm. When doing a bicep curl, pretend your entire body is encased in concrete and only your forearm can move. Now, add in the focused attention from number 1 and feel that muscle shorten and contract, and then lengthen and stretch back to its starting point. Speaking of stretching that muscle out, number 3 is maximize range of motion. Maximizing range of motion means working that muscle through the entire path that it's meant to be used. It means stretching it fully at the bottom and contracting it fully at the top. No half-repping or bouncing in the middle of the range of motion. Working your muscle through the full range of motion is not only going to help you build a better shaped muscle, it's also going to help you increase mobility and ultimately your longevity in the iron business. It's important to note here that caution must be utilized when taking joints to full lockout or moving a weight when the muscle is fully stretched. The key is to ease in and out of those vulnerable positions and to listen to your body and know its limits. And that brings us to the final pillar, number 4, tempo. Tempo is the time that you spend in each phase of the lift. In short, you want to accelerate the positive, contract, and then control the negative. The positive is when you're shortening the muscle. Notice that I say accelerate and not explode. This is for 2 reasons. 1, research has shown that accelerating through the contraction is the most effective way to build a muscle. And 2, because when we're coming out of that full range of motion, again, we need to ease in and out of that vulnerable position. So start your movement by engaging your target muscle, safely move the weight out of that bottom position to where it feels less vulnerable and more powerful, and then accelerate through to the contraction. At the contraction, squeeze that target muscle for a count. Now, control the negative. Don't just let gravity pull that weight back down for you. You're here to work. You're naturally going to be stronger in the negative portion of the lift, and it's a shame to let that go to waste. I have to tell you, when I learned to control the negative is when my physique really went to the next level. And there you have it, the 4 pillars of perfection when it comes to lifting for physique development. Lighten your weight and focus on perfecting these techniques, and you can watch your physique develop right in front of your eyes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.